it's really eye-opening and it's really freeing when you start to realize that there's such similarities between food addiction and other types of addiction. And often when we hear the word addiction, we often think of substances, right? Like we think of alcohol, drugs, cigarettes, and society and culture has almost allowed those kind of substances to fall under the addict umbrella. And food doesn't always fall under it in the same vein. But just like other just like other addictions, emotional overeating and binging can function in so much of the same way. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about the food. The emotional overeating, binging, it's really not about food. It's about what food represents. It's what the act of eating represents, right? It represents comfort, escape, release, resolution, control, right? It's a way to soothe pain. It's a way to distract yourself from uncomfortable feelings. And just like with other addictions, emotional eating can create a loop that's really, really hard to break. You end up, you eat to feel better, you get that temporary relief, you trigger your dopamine reward system, the pituitary gland, right? Like you end up impacting these hormones that have to do with with reward. And there's guilt, there's shame, and there's the cycle that starts over and over again, right? There's the negotiation, there's the I'm never going to do this again, there's the feeling terrible, there's the resolve, and then there's the cycle. And so today we're going to talk about why that happens and what it looks like when and what it looks like to be an emotional eating addict, so to speak, uh, and how to withdraw and detox from these patterns to make room for healing. So, to understand emotional overeating and binging as an addiction, let's take a closer look at the behaviors that actually define addiction. Because I think that by understanding that addiction isn't just about the substance, it's about the compulsive need to seek relief or reward, even when it's causing harm. You're going to see that there really are not many differences between addiction from substances and addiction from food. And in both of the instances, it's about using something external to fill an internal void. So, here are a few behaviors that we see in addiction that can translate directly to food. So, the first one is seeking the fix, right? So, whether it's a drink, a drug, a pint of ice cream, a bag of chips, a pizza, right? Addicts often seek out their substance of choice for quick relief, for quick resolution. And so for emotional overeaters and bingers, food becomes that fix. So after a stressful day, like a fight with a loved one, a wave of boredom, maybe something that feels unresolved, something at work or something just in general, the first instinct is to reach for something that promises this immediate comfort, right? Even just the act of putting hand to mouth with food, that can be part of the ritual of the addiction of emotional overeating.